As powerful Hurricane Matthew tears through parts of the Caribbean, millions of people in the southeastern U.S. are now preparing for the storm, the latest on its track.
They're not giving up their fight for justice. Now, family and friends of a murdered Lexington woman say they're planning a community event to find answers.
The community chips in to help a Lexington man recovering after being shot during a robbery.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening. Thanks for watching. Here in the Bluegrass, the weather is turning warm and windy.
But we are also keeping a close eye on Hurricane Matthew, which could threaten the southeastern U.S. later this week. We begin with WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey and your no-wait weather forecast.
Yeah, we're talking about excellent weather across the Bluegrass state, as you mentioned. Temperatures today flirting with 80 in a lot of spots, down into the 60s now across just about every location except one into central and eastern Kentucky. Forecast as we make our way into the day tomorrow, 55 to start. Watch out for a little fog. 55 to 60, so a little warmer than where we've been over the past few mornings. Look at the afternoon. Mix of sun and clouds. That much of a chance for a little pop-up shower. Temperatures again closing in on 80 degrees. Defender Radar Network, nothing going on locally. Let's bounce it out, show you what's going on to our west. That's a big fall cold front. The problem with that is, if you're looking to get some rain in here, it's going to take its good old sweet time in getting into the Bluegrass state. It is in no big hurry to make its way to the east. One of the reasons for that, it's running into a roadblock that is kind of backing up the pattern. That is a big stop sign being thrown up by Hurricane Matthew. It continues to be a Category 4 hurricane, though the winds have dropped with the interaction of land. It passed over eastern Cuba just a few minutes ago, and it's going to work toward the Bahamas and impact the southeastern seaboard as we make our way through the next several days. It's all eyes on Matthew and the weekend forecast, guys. We'll break it down with a new hour-by-hour outlook at 11:13.
Chris, thank you. Tonight we are learning more about the damage Hurricane Matthew has already caused in parts of Haiti and Cuba. So far, 11 deaths have been blamed on the storm.
And in the southeastern U.S., more than 1 million people are being told they'll likely have to evacuate coastal areas. Don Champion has the latest in our top story at 11.
Hurricane Matthew pounded Haiti with torrential rains and 145-mile-per-hour winds at dawn. The Category 4 storm turned roads into rushing rivers, snapped power lines, and ripped trees from the ground. The storm is now hitting Cuba, where thousands were urged to move to higher ground. Forecasters predict Matthew could reach southeast Florida by late Thursday.
And even though it might not make official landfall crossing the shore, it parallels the coast right on up to North Carolina.
South Carolina's governor is ordering an estimated 1.1 million people to move inland.
We have decided that we will evacuate all coastal communities starting tomorrow. Our goal is to make sure that you basically get 100 miles away from the coast.
People along the shore from Miami northward are stocking up on supplies.
I got some batteries, I got some gas canisters for a generator, and a couple headlamps to put on our heads if the power goes out.
Motorists waited in long lines to fill their gas tanks in South Florida.
Been through Wilma and Katrina and pretty much, see what devastation it can cause, so not taking any chances.
People in the storm's path are being told to have enough food and water to last 3 days. Don Champion, CBS News, Jacksonville Beach, Florida.
Tonight, Kentucky Utilities and its sister company, Louisville Gas and Electric, announced that they are sending more than 140 contract workers to Florida to help utility companies there with hurricane relief efforts.
New tonight, state police say they're looking for surveillance video as they investigate the death of a central Kentucky woman. Police say 22-year-old Desiree Sparks was found dead over the weekend in Lincoln County. She'd been reported missing last Tuesday from Danville. Police say they're looking for surveillance video from homes or businesses along US 127 between Danville and Junction City and along West Shelby Street in Junction City that shows those roads between 1 and 5 last Tuesday afternoon. They also want surveillance video from along Highway 698 in Lincoln County that was taken between Tuesday and Saturday. It's been nearly a month since a pregnant Lexington woman and her unborn baby died in a shooting, and Lexington police still haven't made any arrests in the case. Mariah Coleman's friends and family want to make sure her murder isn't forgotten. As WKYT's Monique Blair tells us new at 11, an event being planned for next week is designed to bring more attention to the case.
She got an ultrasound that day.
Mariah Coleman had big dreams for her unborn son, whom she had already named Jacoby. But those dreams were taken from her and from her family in an instant when she was shot and killed while out walking her dog. Now Jacoby's family is pushing for everyone in the community to come together and do their part in putting an end to the violence.
And there's people out there that's got kids and family members that like to play with guns and own guns. And the police are just overwhelmed. They can't stop it. So, you know, the families have got to stop it.
Wednesday, October 12th was the day Mariah Coleman was supposed to give birth to her son, Jacoby. Now on that day, instead of celebrating, her friends, family, and anyone else who wishes to be here will march here on the Fayette County Courthouse steps in an effort to bring justice to the mother and her unborn son.
If you don't stop this individual who killed a woman and a child, then how will you feel if this individual go out and kill somebody else?
Jacoby's family says they are now left with the peace they get from knowing Jacoby is still with his mother.
I know now, you know, she has her baby, you know, and she's going to be a great mother in heaven, but just for her not to be able to experience that.
In Lexington,
It's about justice and about doing the right thing.
Monique Blair, WKYT.
The public is encouraged to attend the event next Wednesday night, which begins at 6 on the courthouse steps.
We have an update on a man badly injured in a shooting at a Lexington gas station where he worked. It's been more than 2 weeks since Chuck Moore was shot, and family and friends say he's making more progress in his recovery. Tonight, a Lexington restaurant helped them raise money to pay for his medical expenses. WKYT's Garrett Weimer has the story.
It sounds and smells like just another night at BD's Mongolian Grill, but it's easy to see there's something special going on.
People come by and just talk about how much just seeing Chuck at the end of their day really brightens their spirits.
Folks who know Chuck Moore say he's gotten a lot of support since he was shot at the Lansdowne Marathon where he worked. That support continued with a fundraiser at BD's. Moore's son even helped cook.
Oh, I just wanted to help out and show my thanks to everybody for everything they've done.
The restaurant here is giving 10% of its proceeds from all of the orders to help out. And the grill cooks, who have never even met him, are giving all of their tips.
I'd really like to thank you for your support and your prayers.
Friends say Moore is recovering well at Cardinal Hill. They were encouraged when he posted a video on Facebook a week and a half ago.
Everybody knows I'm a Marine, so 4 rounds ain't.
That pretty much sums up how his spirit and how his mentality has been through the whole thing. He's been absolutely amazing. It's truly uplifting to see him so positive.
Moore's son says with his dad in physical therapy, they're taking everything one day at a time. But it's encouraging to see so much good come from such a bad night.
A lot of people think the world is a bad place, and I mean, there are some bad things there, but there are also some really good people out there, you know, that really helpful, you know.
In Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Organizers say they were able to raise more than $400 tonight to go toward a wheelchair for Moore, but they say they still have hope he won't need one.
Vice presidential nominees Democrat Tim Kaine and Republican Mike Pence met at Longwood University in Virginia tonight for their first and only debate, and each candidate spent most of their time talking about the top of their ticket. Weijia Jiang has more on tonight's debate.
Indiana Governor Mike Pence and Virginia Senator Tim Kaine were the two men on stage tonight, but the vice presidential candidates repeatedly talked up their running mates.
Hillary Clinton has that passion. She has been focused on serving others with a special focus on empowering families and kids.
Donald Trump has built a business through hard times and through good times. He's brought an extraordinary business acumen. He's employed tens of thousands of people.
Kaine and Pence sparred over Donald Trump's use of the tax code.
So it's smart not to pay for our military. It's smart not to pay for veterans. It's smart not to pay for teachers. And I guess all of us who do pay for those things, I guess we're stupid.
Senator, do you take all the deductions that you're entitled to?
The last thing I want to ask Governor Pence is
I do.
Pence questioned Hillary Clinton's trustworthiness.
There's a reason why people question the trustworthiness of Hillary Clinton, and that's because they're paying attention. Hillary Clinton had a private server in her home that had classified information.
A CBS News poll out this morning shows Pence and Kaine are largely unknown to voters. Tonight's forum gave them a chance to raise their profiles before a national audience.
The two frequently talked over each other.
Richard Nixon released tax returns when he was under
They're going
audit.
to raise your taxes.
Gentlemen,
If you can't meet the Nixon
the people
standard,
at home cannot
people ought to have
understand
some...
either one of you when you speak over each other.
Their running mates face off again this Sunday in a town hall style presidential debate. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Farmville, Virginia.
The Republican National Committee released a victory tweet declaring Pence the winner nearly 2 hours before the debate actually started.
An 87-year-old Southern Kentucky businessman has died in a fire at his home. In 9 minutes, how his family is remembering him.
And then what the federal government said today about Governor Bevin's plan to take apart Kentucky's health insurance exchange.
Your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
We've got a lot of warm air across the Bluegrass State back in for the next couple of days. If you're looking for true fall and even maybe a little blast of winter, it's out across the Plain States. Big-time cold front is on the move, and I want to show you that front right now because it has severe weather in the Plain States. But it is that front that is going to basically crawl to the east, and it's stationary. It's never going to get in here until we get into Friday night and Saturday. So out ahead of that, that mild southwesterly wind going to continue to kick in. We noticed some clouds out there this evening. High clouds, had that beautiful sunset we promised you a little earlier today, courtesy of the ice crystals that are out there. Defender Radar Network, by the way, has absolutely nothing going on. If you like today, you're going to love tomorrow. It's about the same forecast, about the same environment, 75 to 80 degrees, depending on where you are. You may be 81, you may be 77, 78. Everybody with a mix of sun and some clouds. We'll start things out into the 50s. And basically, it's more of the same tomorrow. Into Thursday. Friday, we'll see a little more in the way of some cloud cover, and temperatures will actually come down a few degrees as that front gets closer to central and eastern Kentucky. Brand new hour-by-hour forecast is in. We're going to take it all the way through the rest of the week into the start of the weekend. Let's follow along with those upper 50s first thing tomorrow morning. Last night at this time, we were showing you an hour-by-hour forecast that had a couple of isolated little teeny tiny sprinkles or showers on it. We had those today. It's trying to do the same thing again tomorrow. So a little popcorn shower is a possibility. If it rains where you are, kudos. It may only last 2 minutes and it may hit 2 homes. That's about all she wrote. That's how big the showers will be. It'll go away quickly. Tomorrow night and into Thursday, fog in the morning, 50s. Into the afternoon, upper 70s to low 80s. Cooler, though, across the east than the west. We go into Friday morning. Notice how Friday morning has some cooler air, pushing close to 50 in a couple of spots. And look what happens into the afternoon. Not as warm as where we are over the next couple of days, and clouds actually try to come at us from the east. Now, as we go into Friday night and Saturday, start to get a cold front right on top of the area. It can at least have a gusty shower or thunderstorm with it Friday night into Saturday. But I cannot see anything that is close to being a washout or anything near it right now for your Saturday. Just a shower chance that will be noted during that time. Here's your hurricane. This is Matthew, still a Category 4. Latest track from the National Hurricane Center takes this as a Category 4 toward Florida. The cone of uncertainty stretches all the way back toward the Gulf. And it could literally go anywhere within this cone in terms of the eye of the hurricane. Right now, they keep it right along the Florida coast, then circling toward the northeast, toward the Carolinas. And we'll fine-tune that as the models get closer. They get a little better handle on that. But any deviation of that can mean the difference between devastation and a close call. So folks across Florida, I would imagine hurricane watches will continue to be expanded, and we're likely to see some more evacuations all the way up through Georgia, South Carolina. We go into the forecast period, guys, around here this weekend. A shower or thunderstorm on Saturday. I don't want you to think this is going to be a washout of a day by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't see a lot of juice on Saturday. 64, gusty winds, chillier air coming in behind it.
So many people to be affected by this storm potentially that you're going to be continuing to watch.
Tomorrow night by this time as well, we will be tracking this storm in the Bahamas and the outer bands already approaching South Florida.
All right.
And from there we follow it.
Chris, thank you.
The state police say they've uncovered a massive marijuana growing operation where they say they found thousands of plants in 8 minutes. Tonight, firefighters say they still don't know what caused a fire at a Pulaski County home that killed a well-known businessman.
Investigators say 87-year-old Wilgen Ace Hale died early this morning in the fire at a home on Highway 635. Hale owned A&J Motors in neighboring Lincoln County. Family members say he didn't let his age keep him from his work.
He was a hard-working man. He was always on the go. There wasn't no slowing him down.
Family members say Hale's girlfriend escaped the fire, but they say he was overcome by smoke and couldn't get out. Firefighters say the home is a total loss.
Today, the federal government approved Governor Matt Bevin's plan to take apart Kentucky's health insurance exchange called Connect. The Department of Health and Human Services sent the governor a letter giving its approval, but it also showed concern about the impact the transition could have on Kentuckians who received coverage through Connect. The program was created under former Governor Steve Beshear, but Governor Bevin wants uninsured Kentuckians to use the federal program instead.
New tonight, police need your help finding an inmate they say escaped in Madison County today. State police say 40-year-old Jeremy Stone of Webster County walked away from the Bluegrass Career Development Center in Richmond around 2 this afternoon. The center is a minimum security facility. Police say Stone is serving time for theft, burglary, and drug charges.
New tonight, police have charged a woman with murder 2 months after a deadly crash in Morgan County. State police say they arrested 42-year-old Teresa Haney at her home in Elliott County today. In August, police say Haney's SUV crossed the center line of Highway 7 and hit a motorcycle. They say the two people on the motorcycle, 46-year-old Thomas Tufts and 46-year-old Janet Caskey, were thrown off the bike and later died from their injuries. In Jackson County, a grand jury decided not to indict a woman accused of shooting her husband. In August, police charged Brenda Strohmeyer with assault. They say she shot her husband Bruce in the arm because she thought he was having an affair. He survived the shooting.
New tonight, Kentucky State Police say they found more than 5,000 marijuana plants in a Monroe County field. Police say they first spotted the plants from the air in a cornfield near Tompkinsville. Police say it took them 2 days to remove all of the plants from the field and destroy them. Police say they haven't made any arrests yet because they're still trying to figure out who planted the marijuana.
New tonight, we're tracking the investigation into a crash involving a Lexington police cruiser. It happened about 7:30 tonight at the intersection of Harrisburg Road and Waller Avenue. Police say the driver of the car turned into the path of the cruiser, causing the crash. No one was injured, but police say the car briefly caught fire. They say the officer driving the cruiser used his fire extinguisher to put out the fire. Also new tonight, a crash caused a car to hit a Lexington restaurant. It happened at the Steak and Shake in Hamburg. Police say a woman was sitting in the drive-thru when she accidentally hit the gas pedal, hitting the car in front of her. They say the second car hit the building, and the first car ended up on a nearby grassy hill. No one was injured. Police say the restaurant had minor damage.
Just ahead, the UK women have their first official practice.
Coach Matthew Mitchell, a lot of new faces. How did he feel things went tonight? And quarterback Steven Johnson needs to take better care of the football. He knows it. What's he doing about it? That's next on WKYT. As the Cats get ready to play Vandy this weekend, there is good news for the offense. Tackle Cole Mosier is expected to return, and so is receiver Dorian Baker. After practice this afternoon, the question of quarterback Steven Johnson's fumbling came up. Offensive coordinator Eddie Grand said everything possible is being done to improve ball security.
He's running that blaster over there every single day. We're trying to strip it every time he has the ball. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. He knows the deal. He can't do it anymore. It's unacceptable.
Definitely helps during practice, having somebody there swiping at the ball. It really keeps us focused on trying to hold on to it and making sure that we have great ball protection at all times.
We're going to keep coaching it and coaching it hard, and he's got to handle it. He's got to take care of the Brock.
Now, despite gaining 559 yards of total offense, EKU dropped its OVC opener at Tennessee Tech over the weekend, 33-30 in overtime. Losing a close game stings, but there is only one direction the Colonels can focus their attention.
It's pretty tough just from the overtime first conference game of the season, overtime game, neck and neck. I mean, it's really tough just to not sit here and reflect on the game all the time, but at the same time, we still have to keep moving forward.
When you go into overtime, man, you gotta win, and unfortunately we didn't, but
we're gonna hang our head a little bit just because we care. Like, we're seniors, we gotta care about it. It's gotta hurt. So we're gonna hang our head down a little bit, but we're gonna get over it quick.
He may only be a freshman, but Bam Adebayo has the build of a grown man. Bam will provide the Wildcats with the physical presence in the post this season that the team lacked last year. He also has the rim-rocking ability to get the fans at Rupp on their feet.
It's not only me that's going to, get Rupp, get Rupp rocking, as I could say. Because, we got all different, everybody has something special. Like Winnie's athletic, he's long, he makes shots. Isaiah, quick guard. Malik, quick guard, explosive. De'Aaron, explosive. So it's just not just me.
And the UK women's team holding its first official practice tonight at the Kraft Center. Matthew Mitchell really happy with the way it all went.
You got to build each team from the ground up, and you don't get credit for anything that happened in the past. So I thought our players really came out today, did a great job. Veterans showed some great leadership, and newcomers are really hard workers, great attitude. So good first day.
All the newcomers came in, got right after it. No hesitation, no letdowns, no setbacks. Everybody just really gave it their all this season, and I feel like that's going to really help us in the long run.
And another preseason All-America honor for Michaela Epps. She was named to the collegesportsmadness.com preseason first team. A memorial service for Arnold Palmer held today in his hometown of Latrobe, Pennsylvania. A who's who in golf attended. Jack Nicklaus was among the speakers.
I may have had to battle Arnold's army early on, but I never had to battle Arnold Palmer. Today, I'm a proud soldier in Arnie's army. You see, I've even got an umbrella on my lapel. He was the king of our sport, and he always will be. Like the great Vin Scully, when he called his last game Sunday night for the Dodgers, he says, "Don't be sad that it's over. Smile because it happened."
And the Georgia-South Carolina game in Columbia this weekend, threatened by the storm. It could be moved to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. We'll be right back.
Warm over the next couple of days. We are near 80 degrees before changes blowing in this weekend. By the way, hurricane warnings now issued for the east coast of Florida.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We will see you back here tomorrow.
Have a good morning.